Well, if all goes as the pre-opening rates are suggesting, we could be hitting a new 52-week high today. Remember, the earlier one, as I mentioned, was 8968.7, which we hit on September 7th of 2016. So, staring at new highs today at the moment. That's what it's indicating. So, quickly, let's go across to Mayuresh Joshi and find out what he is looking at. Mayuresh, just a quick word on telecom, because that is really the space of the moment. Idea is up in the green, and Bharti has just acquired Telenor operations. Would you buy any of these stocks now, yes or no?
Morning, Sonia. So I think within the pack itself, Reliance is something that I continue to remain optimistic about, with certainty happening in terms of telecom revenues coming through for the coming fiscal. The plans that they have announced, there is certainty in terms of the subscriber base retained to a large extent. Add to that, I think almost $40 billion of assets which were in capital work in progress will be in the productive value chain over the next few quarters, and include that along with its core businesses which are getting on stream, the off-gas cracker over the next few months, the petcoke gasification coming over the next 2 to 3 quarters, and the polymer and polyester margins expected to get maintained. GRMs expected to remain extremely robust because of the middle distillate portfolio. So on the core and the telecom business as well, I think there is certainty happening in terms of cash flows improving on the core part. Cash flows probably stabilizing by the first half of FY18 for the telecom business. On the Bharti and the idea part of the businesses itself, I think the subscriber market share and the revenue market share is something that you need to look at, apart from the dynamics of the deal that they'll probably go through. So at this point of time, 24% SMS market share for Bharti, around 32% RMS market share. Idea has got an 18% RMS market share. Even if the Idea Board deal goes through, they become a substantial player with a 35-36% subscriber market share, around 37-38% revenue market share. But I think the core dynamics are not improving. The data revenues have declined significantly. For Bharti, it's come down to 17.5 paise per megabyte. For Idea, it's around 16 paise per megabyte. And that's not getting compensated by the volumes we are seeing in data traffic. So largely, again, I think the solace is that consolidation is happening. There are expectations that there will be only 3 or 4 players being left within the fray, and pricing power at some time will come back. But I think a lot of cash flows will probably get expended in this space. On network expenses, you're probably going to see spectrum payouts and leverage balance sheets.
You a buyer, Mayuresh? Are you a buyer in either Reliance or in Bharti?
No, so again, as I said, Lata, I think I will go with the Reliance story on expectations of its core business performing exceedingly well. And in the telecom part, the revenue started trickling on the EBITDA front, at least at a break-even point on the first half of FY18. So I think Reliance can be something that can be looked at from both aspects, the core as well as the non-core businesses.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for that, Mayuresh. Thanks for joining us. By the way, we're getting some exclusive details or more details on the valuations of the Telenor deal. It seems like it could be valued at about 6,800 to 7,000 crores, the entire deal. And